In today's Meet the Wongs article, it's all about a new kid in Paige's class. Now, Paige's teacher starts talking first. The teacher says, "Everyone, this is a new student in our class. His name is Charlie." Now, this is a pretty normal thing to say. The teacher introduces a new student at the beginning of class. Introduce is when you help other people meet each other.
Actually, I really didn't like it when the teachers did that.
Oh.
Because everybody
Looks at you.
Focuses their attention on you, and you become even more shy. So
Right.
every time when I went to a new school, I would just be like, please.
Yeah, don't say my name.
All right, so let's see what Charlie says. He says, "Hello, everyone." Very friendly.
All right, so Charlie seems very friendly. He's not feeling very shy. He just says hello. But then we go later on, we see another picture with Paige. And some of Paige's friends are talking about Charlie, the new boy. Now, Andy starts by saying, "That new kid is strange." Oh, that's an
Not
unusual
nice.
thing to say. Now, we see this word strange in that sentence. Strange is an adjective. It's spelled S-T-R-A-N-G-E, strange. Okay, so we're talking about the adjective strange. Strange means that something is different or surprising because it isn't like other things. As an example, we could say, "Did you hear that strange noise? What was it?" Let's say that one more time. "Did you hear that strange noise? What was it?" Now, if you hear a phone ringing, that's not a strange noise. That's something you hear a lot. Maybe a strange noise would be, "Ooh." That would be strange because you don't hear it very often. All right, now you can probably see in the picture why Paige's friends think Charlie looks strange, right? Or is strange.
Because Andy says, "Why doesn't he have any hair?" Well, it's none of your business.
It isn't. All right, now Regina says something pretty mean here. She says, "Let's not talk to him."
Oh.
Now, this isn't very nice at all.
I don't think so. And I think Paige also kind of feels the same way. Like, although she's friends with everyone in class, but she also feels like this is not very nice. She says to herself...
She's thinking it.
Yeah, she's thinking it to herself. She says, "That's not a very nice thing to do."
Now, I'm with Paige. I agree with Paige. This isn't very nice. Okay, so let's move on to our next picture. Now, you see that everyone is ignoring or not talking to Charlie. Regina even says, "Leave us alone, Charlie." Oh, now here we see this phrase, "leave somebody alone." This phrase means to not bother or not talk to someone. Now here, Regina is telling Charlie not to talk to them at all.
Wow, that's really mean, just because he looks a little different from them.
That's right.
All right, well, we can see that all of Paige's classmates and friends are actually really mean, and they start to say things like this. For example, Serena says, "You look like an old man, Charlie."
Oh, poor Charlie.
I know, he sounds like such a nice kid.
Oh, okay, so what happens next? Andy thinks that what Serena has said is very funny, so he starts to laugh at Charlie. Andy says, "Ha ha ha, old man Charlie."
Oh.
Now, here what they're doing is they're teasing Charlie. They're saying mean things, they're laughing at him, they're calling him funny names, and this is a really bad thing to do. It doesn't feel good when people tease you or do these mean things.
Yeah, sometimes I think teasing is okay if like it's just for fun. You don't have any evil intentions or mean intentions.
Right.
But what they're doing is they're purposely saying things to make this person feel bad.
Right. So if you're with your friends and you're teasing back and forth, maybe it's a little bit funny, but no one's trying to be really mean. You don't want to hurt people. But that's not what's happening here. This teasing is making someone feel bad.
Yeah. So we can see later on in this in a scenario, it says later Paige is at home telling her family about the problem.
That's right.
She probably feels really bothered by it.
She's been thinking about it a lot.
Yes, so she says, they're all being really mean, but what can I do about it?
Okay, well, let's get some advice or some helpful hints from Paige's family. So we start with Paige's little brother, Jimmy, and he's trying to tell Paige what she should do. I'm not so sure he's got the right idea, though.
Yeah.
He says, don't talk to him either.
Yeah, coming from Jimmy, I kind of expect that's what he would say. So he's saying, okay, do the same thing. Don't talk to them.
Right.
Jimmy says, you don't want to be unpopular. You don't want to be unpopular.
That's right.
So when you're unpopular, it means you're not popular. Do we see the UN in the front of the word? UN just means no.
Right.
So you're not liked by many people.
All right, so that's unpopular. It's an adjective. Now, Timmy, Paige's other brother, has an idea too. And I'm not really sure that Timmy and Jimmy are really listening to the problem here. Their advice is maybe not so great. Timmy says, maybe you'll go bald as well. Now, here it says go bald. In this sentence, go means the same thing as become. So Timmy is saying that Paige might become bald if she talks to Charlie. But what does bald mean?
Bald means it's an adjective, and it's used to describe when you don't have any hair at all.
Right.
So, for example, people can shave their hair off. They can become bald. Sometimes I know birds, when they are really sad, they lose their feathers and they can become bald. So these kids are so mean. So I don't know, maybe Charlie wants to be bald because he likes it, or sometimes it's because people are sick. So.
Right. So there's different reasons you can be bald. When you're young, you usually do have your hair, so there's a special reason why he's bald. We'll find out a little bit more about that later. But first, we're going to talk about the phrase as well, which we saw in that sentence. So as well is two words, and they're spelled A-S-W-E-L-L, as well. So as well is another way to say to, that's spelled T-O-O. Or to add information to another thing that you said before. For example, we're going to the movies. Would you like to come as well? We're going to the movies. Would you like to come as well?
All right, so after Timmy and Jimmy's advice, Mr. Wong, the dad, is like, don't be silly, boys.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we say don't be silly, it just means like, okay, don't be so ridiculous. Don't be so foolish, because maybe whatever this person said is not even true at all.
Right. That's another way, silly is another way to say kind of, this is crazy, right? Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Wong have the right idea. In fact, Mrs. Wong says, you should make friends with this new student. Now we have a phrase for our next word power, and there are three words. The first one is make, M-A-K-E, friends, F-R-I-E-N-D-S, or with, W-I-T-H, make friends with. When you make friends with someone, you become friends with someone. For example, I made friends with Elizabeth on my first day at school. Let's say it one more time. I made friends with Elizabeth on my first day at school. Now we see that Paige is in her room. She's thinking. It sounds like she's got a lot to think about.
So she says, what's more important, being popular or doing the right thing? Okay, so I think this has been really bothering her for the whole day. So does she want to be popular, to be liked by many people, or to do the right thing? What's more important? Now, important is also our word power word. It's spelled I-M-P-O-R-T-A-N-T, important. Important is an adjective, and it means something very significant or has great value, and you will pay extra attention to it. Let's say you have a test on Friday. If you don't pass the test, then you will fail the class. So we can say that this test is very important. You need to pay extra attention to doing well on the test. For example, we can say, my mom and dad always say studying is very important. My mom and dad always say studying is very important.
So, what do you think Paige is going to do? What will she decide? We're going to talk about that in day 2 of our article, but first, we get to finish off with our review time.